Hey folks, and welcome back to Pattaya. Dark side Pattaya, beautiful Lake Maprakan today out here, and that's where we're going to be. In fact, at the very end of the episode, we'll come right back out here to the lake and I'll show you something almost unbelievable that's going on out here. But anyway, first, we're going to visit the newest and the largest Irish pub in all of Thailand. So let's jump into it. Since it's opened, I've been a big fan of the Route 66 diner. I've taken you here several times. It's been open about a year and a half now. And I like the food, the American style food, the Grand Slam breakfast, the biscuits and gravy, the whole 9 yards, especially the Reuben sandwich, the smoked meats like the brisket. But the owner of this place has just recently opened up a new place. Well, he's opening very soon. I'll explain that. It's just about a mile up the road. So it's this place, Paddy's Irish Pub and Grill. More about the grill in a minute. But about 2 months ago, I was in here, I showed you this while they were building it, and I promised you I'd bring you back when they open. Now, they're not open today, they open on the 12th. But I'm here a day or two early, a couple days early, just to check it out, and we'll take a look. I'm a quarter Irish, actually, by bloodline. I think my great-grandfather on my father's side was Irish, from Ireland, but I don't know a whole lot about Irish pubs. Never been to Ireland, but I've brought a couple local young Irish lasses to help me out with this little venture today. You're Irish, aren't you? See, I told you. Let's go in and take a look. So you must be Paddy.
Paddy's coming on Thursday.
It's a real Irish pub in here, as far as I know. It's a brand new building, built from the ground up. So how do you go about doing that? Well, not easy, but you rent the land, you hire a builder, you get the permits, and you build. So that's what's done. In other words, this wasn't anything before it was this, other than a piece of land. So the first thing you'll notice is it's a stunning view of the lake, especially at the front tables where we are. There are outside tables as well, I'll show you. And the place is huge. I believe he had 200 seats in here. He's actually had so much room, he's carved out a special little party piece of the restaurant called the Snug. But he's, and that's typical for an Irish pub to have a snug. But this is a little bit different. He's named it the Havana Lounge. It's a cigar bar. And we'll talk about the menus in a minute. You'll see legitimate cigars on the menu. So no shortage of menus here. There's a plethora of menus. The small one, at your cocktails, they're backlit, much the same as would be in, say, a trendy LA lounge. The wine menu is also backlit. I like that. A very decent selection of wines. And then that's the pièce de résistance there, the main menu. And that's where you find all the pub grub. Pub classics. Remember I said at the beginning, and grill. There's a whole signature dishes of grilled meat, steaks, lamb, pork chops, roasted chicken. They have a grill here as well, so they're grilling meats. And then, of course, I guess the most important part, the traditional Irish fare. You got the steak and Guinness pie, shepherd's pie, cottage pie, seafood pie. A lot of pies. And an Irish stew. Irish stew, 375 baht. I think that would have to be one of the signature dishes here. But once you get through all of this, then you got the cigar menu. So 4 menus in total. Cigar menu also backlit, very nice. I'll just give you an example off the cigar menu. A Cuban, I'm not a cigar aficionado or anything like that. A Monte Cristo number 4, 980 baht. That's probably about, I don't know, about $29 US. And that's for one. I thought that was maybe for a pack. That's one cigar. But I'll take you back and show you where you can smoke it. So the Snug, or in this case, the Havana Lounge. There's a little, I'll call it a fake fireplace. It's not a real fire. It's one of those very easy on the eyes LED fireplaces or whatever they are. And a couple little tables and a lovely leather couch. Great big oversized ashtrays with the slots big enough in them to hold your Cuban cigar. And now, from what I've been told, the Snug is usually, or at least sometimes, a place where maybe some of the women folk hang out while the men pound pints of Guinness at the bar. I don't know, but that's what I've been told by a couple people. So I never knew what a Snug was until I discovered it here. But I don't know that I've ever seen a cigar lounge in Pattaya and they had I don't know, a selection of, let's just say, top shelf cigars, when they've got cigars on there for almost 30 bucks a pop, some of them. I think you could call those top shelf. Anyway, that's what it is. Nice little addition here to the Paddy's Irish Pub and Grill. So yeah, they've done a great job putting this all together. But I'll show you, I mean, one of the secret kind of ingredients in having a successful business here in terms of a restaurant is having both the foreign, Western expat residents and tourists as your customers, as well as the local Thais. It does stuff like this, where they have that opportunity for an Instagram moment, something different. A themed place, to where, whether they're coming from Bangkok, Chonburi, it gives them a reason to come. They feel like they're at someplace different. So, of course, there's something here for the Western residents. It's called a taste of home, perhaps. But for the Thais, it's something different. They love something different. There are many, many Western, foreign-owned restaurants in Pattaya that do well. You'll rarely, if ever, see a Thai in there. This guy, not the case. Go to the diner, it's always probably about a third local Thai customers, and I expect at least that here as well. So with a lot to pick from here. Now, keep in mind the full menu is not available today because it's a soft opening. It's basically just for media people today. But I'm going to get the most traditional Irish fare that they have on that available menu, which is a shepherd's pie. But in terms of kind of traditional pub fare, we're gonna get the fish and chips and see what that looks like, and we'll get Mika pork chop. Try out and see how the grilled items look. We've got some drinks. They've got Guinness here. It's a little early in the afternoon for me. It's only about 3 o'clock. But root beer floats. We got. I guess it's a root beer float, but A&W root beer, and it's all, you'll see. Don't know if that's ice cream in there or not, but it looks good. It looks very good. Now, I guess maybe one of your first questions is, are they open for breakfast? Yes. So they open the same time, I believe 7 till like 9 at night or something like that. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I don't know that it's going to be the exact same things, but I think some of the items that maybe if you're a customer at the diner, you'll find here as well, but definitely a lot of new stuff here. I've been told it's a real process to pour a pint of Guinness. It's not just like opening the tap and filling up the glass and that's it. It takes a while. I was just filming it, I'll show you. But it does take a little while. And it looks like almost like chocolate milk when it's coming out. Usually when I see a pint of Guinness, it's dark like Coca-Cola. But I guess it takes a while for it all to settle. All right, so I need your help with one thing here. There are 6 signs up here on the wall. Now, I'll show them to you. A couple of them I know. Killarney, I believe, is a region or location in Ireland. Bejesus, I've heard that before, as in, that scared the bejesus out of me. But some of these, Felty, Slanty, Hogmothoin, I don't know. If somebody knows or wants to venture a guess, leave me a comment. So the food has arrived. There's a lot of different things going on here. We had a big group just come in behind me there. That's an entourage from a very popular blogger here in Thailand called My Mate Nate. Anyway, Mika had the pork chop, over an inch thick, very impressive. V had the fish and chips, regular peas, not the mushy peas, and great big steak fry chips, so look very good. And I've had the shepherd's pie. So the shepherd's pie, from what I can tell, ground lamb with some peas and carrots and a sauce, all covered up with the mashed potatoes and then baked in the oven. The little Corningware or baking dish that it comes in is piping hot when it comes out to the table. Very good. I've only had one other shepherd's pie. I get that mixed up with the cottage pie, but I think the cottage pie is beef and the shepherd's pie is lamb. This is definitely lamb. I can taste the lamb. A very good choice of the traditional Irish fare, I guess. The shepherd's pie was great. I love the little crust on the mashed potatoes fresh out of the oven. I like that. The lamb was good. They said it was good. Anyway, interesting little tidbit here. This is now, when it opens on the 12th, the largest, the biggest Irish pub in all of Thailand. Now, the owner, he didn't open this, or he didn't conceive this to be the biggest Irish pub in Thailand, but it is. And the reason he knows that is the Guinness rep that came in to deliver his Guinness beer, which is a staple, I guess, in an Irish pub, told him that. So there you go, there's that. I mean, I guess I'm pretty sure the Guinness rep makes the rounds to all of them, and he would know. So almost 200 seats, I believe, plus the cigar lounge, all the bar stools and whatever. I'll see if there's any dessert. I'm not sure what an Irish dessert would be. Probably a Guinness. I was wrong. There is an Irish dessert. It's called an apple crumble. And you can get your choice of ice cream or custard. I got the ice cream. I like the cold with the hot. That's the My Mate Nate crew. So it's not a Guinness, it's a proper sweet. Anyway, I was looking out the window here, my big picture window, and I saw a guy dressed like Spider-Man. At least from here, that's what it looked like with my old eyes. Like he was going to go diving in the lake, so I sent V over there with their cell phone and said, go see what in the blue blazes is going on over there. So we'll see what that is while I enjoy my apple crumble.
So right, as I enjoy my apple crumble here, V went over to the lakeside. There's Spider-Man. Turns out he's just wearing a wetsuit. But anyway, the first thing you need to know is we had a drought the last 2 years, and about a year ago, this lake was practically empty. In fact, there was parts we were riding motorcycles through. But now it's pretty full. It's kind of back to normal here, actually very much so. And these guys were out here spear fishing. So what kind of fish could they possibly have? There you go. Look at that big old tilapia, a snakehead in there to boot, and a good amount. So now V thinks that these fish were released into the lake by a local temple and these guys went and speared them. I don't know. Maybe they were just down in the mud and they came back to life or something. But anyway, there's Patty's Irish Pub. We had a great time in here. If you're in the area, come by, pay him a visit. But for this episode, gotta leave it off right here.
And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.